Yeah, hello, my name is Ralph Brockhaus. I'm the founder and CEO of Smilefish, and I teach mobile, social, and emerging technologies at the University of California here in Irvine. I recorded this session here to talk about new classes. We offer a class in mobile and emerging technology, as well as a class in social media and emerging technology. Each of these classes is 5 weeks long. It's an online class. You can take it from anywhere in the world. And you get 1.5 units of academic credit. That really helps you towards either building a certificate or just actually make this visible on your resume. Every week of the class, I will provide a business context, but then we will go into technology. I will have about 1 hour of lecture, and the rest of the time is towards coding. So these classes are for engineers, entrepreneurs, product managers, architects, or anybody who enjoys a lot of coding and who wants to learn brand new stuff. All these sessions will be recorded. You can listen to them at whatever time is perfect for you. What I really want to offer you is almost like a box of chocolate, right? So we want to offer you a lot of engineering candy, a lot of new emerging technologies and entry points into that, so that every week you can do something new. Ultimately, we don't want that you get a tummy ache. We want actually that you build something on your resume which helps you to find maybe a job which is more interesting than what you're doing right now. So strive for new opportunities. So let's talk a little bit about the culture. At this point, we can say we want it all. We want everything right now. We want everything right here. So people have very short attention spans and people seek instant gratification. That leads to a lot of problems for our businesses. That leads to a lot of problems for digital marketing, but not only there. So there's many areas where the combination of mobile, social, and emerging technologies actually provides a wonderful opportunity for engineering, because it allows us to connect people, products, and places. And that's what's actually needed in business right now. So if I look at mobile and emerging technology, what are the business drivers? What drives the market for mobile and social media development? Probably it is actually the culture we are living in right now, and companies then have decided that they need a mobile-first strategy. So we need to answer the question, what is a mobile-first strategy, and how do we implement that mobile-first strategy effectively? How does social media fit into this picture? And I'm not talking just about Google and Facebook. I'm talking about Yelp for review response, for example. So review response became the new word of mouth marketing, right? So we are talking about Stack Overflow. We are talking about LinkedIn. Like in all these environments, you're building a reputation meanwhile. So that's great for engineers. And I want to go through that in detail. How does emerging technology fit into this picture? We just don't want to do something cool by itself. We want to have a business context and actually achieve something with those technologies, because that actually helps us to land better jobs, right? So the engineering question here is, what is a buzzword? What is real? What is old news? Which technologies are emerging right now? That's a question which is not easy to answer. It has to do a lot with the context. Like if you're an engineer and you are up to date on technology, then something like 3D printing might appear like really old news to you. But if you're in the medical field, and I just went to a medical conference about 2 weeks ago, it was an investor conference, and there was a company which presented 3D printed meshes for spinal cords, for spinal discs, which were then customized to every specific patient and then delivered in spinal surgery. So they actually were asking for 5 million of additional funding to get FDA approval, right? So there we talk about 3D printing being actually very much an emerging technology. And that's almost true for anything, including machine learning. Machine learning is maybe 30, 40 years old, at least the ideas and concepts, but the last 3 years, it has just skyrocketed. And I want to discuss that in detail and show you many examples for that. When is the best time to jump onto this train? Well, there's the investment perspective, but this class is more about the technology perspective, and then the right time is actually always right now. Don't waste any time. Basically, say, hey, I worked on something for some years, but I want to do something new. So right now is the best time to learn that technology. Right now is the best time to play with that technology. How can we have fun and make money? And can emerging technology actually help us to leapfrog our career? Well, I can give you 2 quick examples. Like, say you want to learn Java, right? So you can learn Java, and that's interesting by itself. But you can also write your first Android applications in Java. And this way you get 2 things on your resume, mobile development as well as Java programming language. Or if you want to learn Node.js as a programming language, you can do that by itself or in the context of web development. or you might actually learn Node.js in the context of microservices implemented with Lambda functions and hosted at the Amazon environment. And these are then can then be called via Amazon Alexa. So now suddenly you get advanced cloud computing and ambient computing as well as Node.js onto your resume, right? So these are the tricks, and that's what I actually also look for when I look through resumes, right? We are looking through a lot of resumes, and these are the things which make it shine. At the same time, they're a lot more fun to develop, and they look even then they're also very well paid, right? So all these things come together very nicely. So I announced this box of chocolate. Here you have one box of chocolate. It just turned out to be like 12 emerging technologies. On the upper left corner, we have mobile development. I still believe that the iPhone and Android applications are the perfect linkage for emerging technologies, right? So you need somewhere to find a way to connect all these technologies with the internet, because there you have all your data, there you have all your analytics, all your cloud functions. So writing mobile applications, it's a great entry point. Now, when you write your mobile application, your next step might be to say, okay, how can I actually deploy something on my phone without having to deploy an application? Well, you might write a chatbot which works in the Facebook Messenger. So now you wrote mobile applications and a chatbot. Now you're already halfway towards using voice, right? So you can either use in the Siri voice, or you can use Amazon Echo with Alexa. So in that environment, you would then port these functions over, bring them into the Amazon cloud, and then call them via this device. And the Amazon Echo ambient computing device is actually fully configured via your iPhone and Android in the very first place, right? We're still working through a mobile environment here. But now we started to work on voice, we started to work on ambient computing, and the connected car is just another ambient computing environment, right? So now you might port that as well over into a car application. So again, very interesting applications for technology you can just learn in this class. Once these applications get bigger, you get more data, then it makes sense to apply machine learning and predictive analytics. So we touch upon that. Or you want to get into a very cool, attractive user interface, you can look at augmented reality. Right? Writing augmented reality applications is neither on Android nor iPhone difficult these days. Or you go full-fledged into the virtual reality, you look at the Oculus, which is again a Facebook product. Meanwhile, Facebook bought that company, and we will touch upon that in the class. Then the next thing is here the Internet of Things, right? So there's a truckload of jobs and opportunities, and there are a lot of technical interesting applications which are actually combining social, mobile, and emerging technology. Like say, for example, quadcopters, 3D printing, I just talked about that in that context. Medical applications with medical devices, they're all connected to your mobile devices, and in many cases actually use social media functionality much more than you might think right now. Once we build up the social media with Google, Facebook, and those kind of environments, we quickly go into advanced social media, right? So now we have all these channels to bring information out, but what about social listening and reputation management? Bring the information back in, right? So we talk about that specifically in the social media class. I give quite big examples. Then the next item is blockchain. I'm not so much into cryptocurrencies, but blockchain as a security technology is great actually for mobile development. And we bring that in. Advanced cloud computing, cloud functions, where we'll work with machine learning in the cloud. And then 3D printing is one of them. So these are just 12 technologies. I think it would not have been much harder to put 15 or 20 items here into that chocolate box, right? I hope you find at least some of these items interesting here, and we will touch upon each of them actually in the class. So quick syllabus. So just for the mobile and social class, we start out here with mobile first strategies, technologies, opportunities, and challenges. It's maybe a 30-40 minute lecture about that part. And then we start to prepare our iPhone and Android environments, right? So in the second week, we then talk about native development for iPhone and Android. We write our first applications, hands-on with Xcode and Android Studio. And we see already in that case, it is kind of very interesting to develop these applications. There are challenges, and it's expensive to write in both of these environments. So many companies are looking at cross-platform development. We look at motivation, opportunities, challenges. And then we look at a brand new language from Google, which is Dart. So Dart and Flutter allow you together to write applications which run on iPhone and Android. We can use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to write applications which run in Cordova and PhoneGap, or write applications in React Native, right? So these are the three options. If students bring in additional options, you're welcome to do that as well. And then we look at your social media. We will analyze the Google and Facebook APIs, but we will also look at Stack Overflow. We will look at Yelp. We will look at Amazon. It's very interesting to see actually how many social media features are meanwhile integrated into the Amazon platform. So we will point that out in detail and analyze that. And as one of the assignments of this class, we will use a Facebook Messenger to write a first chatbot. And then in the following week, we will look at mobile and emerging technologies. Here I want to do a couple of things with Amazon Alexa and potentially Google Home if you prefer. And then we will look at an example for augmented reality. And as one of the final assignments here, we will write an application against the IBM Watson APIs for machine learning, specifically sentiment analysis and keyword extraction. So again, it's a lot of code here, it's a lot of work, but at the same time, I really will make sure that this works from the beginner to the advanced. And the way how we do that is, for each week, we will have a bronze, silver, and gold challenge. The bronze challenge will be something where somebody can just follow a step-by-step guide and very gradually implement mostly simple applications, right? The advanced, you will add more advanced feature in there in the silver challenge. And if somebody is advanced or very advanced in any of these areas, then we will have gold challenges where you then independently go out and look at certain APIs and integrate these features into the application. And if you want to volunteer, you can present that to the class, right? So overall, this will really allow beginner, intermediate, and advanced developers to take the class. This should also help for, like, say, if somebody is a product manager or overall software development manager, or somebody comes from the marketing side, don't hesitate taking this class. Last but not least, some very good reasons to take the class. Obviously, the ability to play with a lot of hot technology in short time. You will find a team of like-minded people who can share, help, and network. We have a forum in this class, and a lot of that goes also beyond the class. I very often had actually students come together and develop projects actually then afterwards outside of these classes, and actually hired quite a few of them as well. So we leapfrog into new things, right? So that's always an opportunity to boost your resume. And ultimately, you get the freedom to potentially ditch your old job. Maybe you work for 10, 15 years on something and really want to do something new. Then this class will help you to build that resume. And also the confidence that you just don't put buzzwords onto the resume, but really learn the technology. Some other good reasons: you build a relationship with a great university. Like around UCI, there's many events, there's a great community. So you will get access to that. Your company will most likely reimburse for the class, and Uncle Sam might also help. If you run your own business, you can write it off. Right, so company, there was a spelling. Okay, enroll now. So mobile emerging technologies, the class is hot. We offer it every quarter now, and it's online 5 weeks. You get credit, you can really put it on your resume. Same for the other class, and links, you can find the classes at ce.uci.edu or at smilefish.com/university. And then you can find me if you have any questions at uci@smilefish.com or ralph@smilefish.com if it's outside of the context of UCI. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I hope to see you in class.